What's up, everybody? This your boy. This is Sir Dre from the Bay. And with me, as always,
Is Lady Blue in the bay?
what's up, everybody? You know what tonight's subject is. You know what tonight's going to be about. The first portion of the show, as the show said, as the title says, the playoff payoff. Will this playoff, will this Seattle LA game playoff or pay off for the 49ers? Um, I tried to watch like the first quarter. I can't stand watching either one of these teams, so I didn't watch a lot of it. I didn't, you know. As of right now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's halftime, and it's a 13-7 LA leading. Um, Seattle did score first, and that kind of gave me a little hope. I'm like, okay, maybe y'all gonna do what we asking you to do. Every 49er fan and in the Bay Area knows we want this bad. We want this bad. We want this win by Seattle real bad.
I agree.
Um, have you watched it? No, you haven't had a chance to watch any of it either, have you?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I watched. Like I said, I watched what I could because again, like I said, I don't like either one of those teams. I was trying to look at it from a coaching's perspective, but just hearing those two teams' names being mentioned made me kind of like, I don't want to hear this. But yeah, Seattle did score first. I don't know what's going on with them now since um, they held LA to, I think, the first couple of drives that LA had, they were field goals. And then apparently they scored a touchdown or whatever, blah. Yeah, I
What was that?
was just really little Jim Carrey kind of. Anyway,
I don't think Jim Carrey does
but
that, but okay.
yeah, I'm sure he doesn't. Anyway, um, so yeah, this game is big.
Damn.
It is huge. Uh, it's huge. I really do hope that Seattle can find a way to beat the Raiders, the the Rams,
Yeah, whatever, whoever they are.
whoever they are. That team down there in LA, they wear that blue and gold or whatever that is. Uh, so I mean, basically speaking, I mean we really do need this. Uh, so here's what what I understand um, as far as this game. I think I posted it on our Facebook page. Um, the 49ers can actually make a playoff spot tonight. We can actually make the playoffs, which is what we're trying to do. We can actually win or get a playoff spot tonight with a LA loss. We will automatically get into the playoffs because we have the tiebreaker throughout the division. As far as positioning is concerned, that's a little bit trickier. We need to beat. We need to win out from this point on. Even with the win by the Seattle Seahawks, we need to win out to take that number one spot in the NFC um, and have that home field advantage. If we get home field advantage in the playoffs, look out because every game from that point on in the playoffs is going to be at Levi Stadium, which is where the Super Bowl is being played. I truly doubt that any of the 49er players, coaches, administration, water boys, or anybody else in the organization is going to want to play at home and lose a playoff game and be eliminated from an opportunity to be one of the only teams. I can't think of anybody else that's done it, but one of the only teams to actually play in their home stadium for the Super Bowl. I mean, we did it in so to speak, when we played at Stanford. And I think the only reason they did it at Stanford because Candlestick wasn't really large enough to hold a Super Bowl crowd. Stanford, back then was. But man, I would love to see the 49ers walk through this next 3 games because the countdown is now from 4 to 3. The Final Four just became the 3. With a little hope, like I said, from Seattle, we can do this.
13-7 at the half.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on our opportunities and our chances of doing this thing?
Well, you said they already made it to the playoffs, right?
No, they can get a playoff spot tonight with the Seattle win. I don't think we would move up. Maybe we do. We might move from 6 to 5, I think. But either way, we can get a playoff spot tonight with a Seattle win. But what we want is we want to win the division. We want to win the division. We want to.
I mean, yeah, of course we want it, because if we don't win the division, we're not going to be able to go to the big show, right?
No, not necessarily. I mean, we don't have to win the division. We're still, as long as we're in the playoffs, we can go to the big show.
Okay.
Once you're in the playoffs, you can make it to the big show. What's up, Eli? Welcome to the show.
All right. He said, "What's up, Eli? Welcome to the show." He said, "What's up, everybody?"
No, I mean, even if we don't win the division, which I truly think we can, unless for some crazy reason Seattle crumbles tonight, and now we have to really fight to get that playoff spot.
I forgot our other team was playing, but go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, the Golden State Warriors are playing tonight also, and I want to talk about them because
we will. We just have to.
I got something I really want to talk about, and it's interesting in my opinion, very interesting. But yeah, the 49ers can get the playoffs tonight, get a playoff spot tonight. It's just winning the next 3 games to win our division. I truly think that Seattle can win it with crowd support, make it loud, make it hard for the LA Rams offense to produce. But from what I was looking at when I was looking at the game, Seattle's defense, I don't know, they look a little sloppy. They look a little lost. I don't know what the word is, but they're not really locking down like I thought they would. I thought they would be coming at LA like, gangbusters, to coming right at them. Let's go get them. Mm-hmm. But we'll see what the second half says.
Like you said, I really, because the game started. Well, I was on my way home from work when the game started. So I really didn't get a chance to look at it.
Right.
Which sucks. I was able to glance at the schedule. I did see that Seattle had scored the first touchdown. Obviously, now, like I said, the Rams have scored, I guess, what is it, 2 touchdowns?
No, their their two first scores were field goals.
Oh,
And then
weird, but okay. So they had 2 field goals and a touchdown, man.
yeah. So that's
Okay.
where it stands right now. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of games left to be played. I'm right now. What I've got on my screen is the Golden State Warrior game. Um, excuse me.
I'm in my kitchen. I'm about to go to my room.
Which
You
is
okay, co-host?
yeah, I'm good. I ate a Jamaican hot pot or
I
Jamaican
don't even
hot
know what you ate.
meat patty.
Mm.
And yeah, when they say hot, they mean hot. It ain't like, a hot pocket hot. No, Jamaican meat patties. When they say spicy, they mean spicy. I'm still, I'm still trying to work some of that heat down. So that's why I'm kind of like coughing tonight. But anyway, yeah. So right now, 13-7 Rams. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Just to cut, let's go ahead and jump into this Warriors situation. I'm kind of thrown back because I don't know if you read about it or if you heard about it. That a fan wrote to the owner
Mm-hmm.
of the Warriors, expressing his frustration with how this team is playing. I read what he said. I read some of the things that he wrote in his email, and I have to agree with some of the things he said. One of the things he said was that Butler's potential is being way underutilized. Butler could be
Okay.
doing so much more for this team than what the Warriors are actually doing. And I got to agree because the Warriors are not using all the potential they have on this team. And I don't know if I want to blame Steve Kerr. I don't know if I want to blame the owners or whomever might be responsible for what's going on. But I don't know. There's something wrong with
Yeah.
the Warriors. Do you agree, or am I wrong, or do you agree? Hello.
I agree. I mean, I really don't know all of the technical things that you do,
No, I'm not talking to. I'm talking to you as a fan.
but
Do you think there's something wrong with the Warriors?
yeah. I mean, realistically, yes. If you look at it where, pretty much all the players are back healthy, they start out the game with a lead, and then for whatever reason, the lead crumbles.
Yeah, yeah, they've lost a lot of games they should have won. Um, and I'm just kind of again, like I said, I can't quite put my finger on what is going on with the
Because they
Warriors.
used to be the type of team that was like either they would turn it around in the third quarter or the fourth quarter. So I watched the game,
Right.
and so maybe they'll lose at the half of the third quarter, but you're like, okay, they can turn it around, and then it's just the little silly, stupid mistakes that cost them the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Yeah. I agree. Again, I mean, yeah, we love having Steph Curry out there, putting up 37, 40 points, 35 points with, seven 3-pointers. 21
Hmm.
points on 3-point. But we can't just go
Depend
with
on
that.
him.
We can't just go with that. I mean, Butler again, like the guy's name, just so I can get this out here. The guy's name, he's a 27-year-old guy uh, named Justin Dutari.
Timberlake.
Um, his point, let me see here. His point was this: despite Steph Curry scoring 48 points in his second game back from injury, the
Hmm.
Warriors still
And that's crazy.
couldn't garner up a win. Instead, fell to a 13-14 on the season. That he's got a point. I mean, Steph put up 48 points. Where is the rest of the scoring? Where's the rest of the scoring? And I think that's what made him go into the fact that Butler's skills are just not being used, not properly. Butler could be doing so much more for this team, but if you notice, even last year and into this year, Butler does a lot of passing. He's looking for the other person. Here Draymond, here Steph. You know, um, it's not working. You got to open this game up, and I hate to say this, but we and this guy um, Justin mentioned the same thing. The Warriors need a big center. They need a big man. They need a 7-1, 7-2 dominant center. They don't have it. We just don't have it. Um, I don't know what's keeping them from finding a big man that can dominate in the middle, but for the last 4 years at least, maybe longer than that, the Warriors have never had a true dominant center, and that's killing them. Every time they start a game, they start small. Who's who's the person in center on the start of a game? Draymond Green. Draymond,
Hmm.
you cannot outjump a 7-1, 7-2 center. You're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. And this I can blame on Steve Kerr and ownership. Go get a big man. Go get a big man. You want to go back to the championships. You want to get Steph Curry his last championship before he retires. Then you need to go get him somebody that's going to dominate that middle and free some stuff up for him. Because right now, I'm not. I don't want to beat up on my Warriors because I love my Warriors. But God, they need to get back and they need to get that rhythm back. I don't know if it's because Kerr keeps mixing up his starting lineups and he keeps putting all these different elements on the floor at the same time. Um, that can be confusing. I mean, if you got a starting five, you stay with that starting five until you need somebody off the bench. He has. I don't know. I don't know. Can you fill me in on how you feel about that? I mean,
Well, like I said, I don't really know all the technical stuff that you do, but I definitely agree. All I know is they have a lead. It's crazy that they have Steph Curry putting up these big numbers, breaking records, and still lose.
yeah. I mean, I'm not even worried about the records. That's irrelevant. That's nothing. But you're right. I mean, he is. He's putting up these big numbers, and they still can't pull out a win. Um, well, in regards of this guy Justin Dutari. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. Justin Dutari. He wrote to the owner, and here was the response.
So I have a question. How did this letter come to your attention?
This is that now. This is the funny part. This is how it came to my attention. Now Dutari wrote, an email
Mm-hmm.
to the owner. Now you can always find the owner's email. He may not answer you, and chances are he won't answer you.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the response that Dutari got was that he expressed how frustrated he was with how the
Mm-hmm.
work was going. Here's a response
Yes.
he got. McComb emailed back saying, quote unquote, "You can't be as frustrated as me. I am working on it. It's complicated. Style of play, coaches' desires regarding players, league trends. Jimmy is not the problem."
Okay.
Okay. Whoa.
So
Okay. Whoa. You got a fan that emailed you saying how frustrated he was, and you email him back. The first thing you say is, "You can't be as frustrated as I am." How do you know that, dude? I mean, yeah, Grant, you own the team. You own the team. Yeah, you're frustrated, but you ain't as frustrated as the fans. You can control what goes on. We can't. So our frustration is far worse than what yours is. Your frustration is you don't know who to point a finger at or who to put in the hot seat. You don't want to blame Kerr. Well, no, wait, hold. He says it's you can't be as frustrated as I am. I'm working on it. It's complicated. Okay, therein lies a little message to me. Style of play. Therein is another message. Coaches' desires regarding players. Okay, just reading that, and then league trends, whatever. Jimmy's not a problem. Just reading his response tells me.
okay, like I was on mute. I'm sorry. You didn't answer my question. My question was, how did this email come to your attention? And then we can.
This email went to ESPN, Sports Illustrated, Yahoo Sports, NBA.com. I mean, it was all over. It was everywhere. I looked up some stuff to talk about tonight with the Warriors,
Mm-hmm.
and this email pops up. Blah blah
So
blah.
they shared it.
I put it. I thought I shared it on our page.
Well, I don't know. Well, when I'm at work and I can't always
It don't
check
matter.
my Facebook.
It doesn't
Well, no,
matter.
I think the question I was asking was, I know the question I asked because I asked it. The reason why I asked the question is because it's like, so if the owner got the letter or the Warriors organization got the letter and shared it like with the media or whatever, I think that's where I'm going, like, what are they going to do about it, so on and so forth.
Well, that wasn't the problem. Steve Kerr, coach of the Warriors, had a problem with the owner putting somebody's email out there.
Okay, I probably would too.
Basically, what he did,
In that position.
they didn't give out the guy's actual email address, but I was able to look up. He is listed as. Well, I'm not. You know what? I'm not even going to put it out there because I don't want people giving him a hard time about it. But I was able to look up one of his accounts. I'm not going to say email. I'm not going to say.
I mean, if you were able to find it, I'm sure other people were too.
Well, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to put your business out there like that if you don't want to. I was just curious, like how the information like came to like maybe like some of the stuff you're saying, the response, the response from the Warriors is like, I'm frustrated too, we're working on it or whatever they said.
Well, my point is this: the owner emailed the guy back. Okay,
Mhm.
that's fine and dandy. That's fine and dandy. But the fact that you publicize it,
Yeah.
that's the problem. That he didn't just publicize this guy. His. I can't. I can't even. Come on. Now I'm like, oh, God. Darn it. The fact is that the owner came back, with a reply, which is great for a fan. Oh wow, he actually answered me. He actually answered him.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
the name is just some of the personal issues, personal stuff, private stuff of the guy
Mhm.
who wrote the letter kind of got out there. Um, Steve Kerr didn't like that. Steve Kerr went on to say at one point, let me see if I can find it. He did not, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay. What?
uh, okay, I must have misread this because
Probably did.
I, okay, no, I did not. One of the things Steve Kerr said is, I hate when people are gonna post private emails. Okay, I imagine
Mhm.
if everyone's now imagine if everyone's emails were posted public, how tough that would be to live our lives. Now he's got a point. I don't think that this email should have went public.
Mhm.
I don't know who put it out there. I don't know if the owner put it out there. I don't know if the guy Dutari. I don't know if he put it out there. Maybe he did. Maybe he was so shocked that he got a reply that he, put it out there. So either way, I mean, who's wrong, who's right, doesn't matter. But
Well, I think it's good information to. I mean, he said what he said. Obviously, he knows a little bit about what he's talking about, so it's a good way to generate the conversation and the discussion. Most likely they're not gonna like pay attention to everything this guy says or do everything he says, but like I said, yeah.
okay, I see your point. But here, let me continue on with what I want to say. When I read the reply about Mr. Lacombe, well, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, our owner, the owner of the Warriors,
Mhm.
when he said, you know, when he said it's complicated, when he said, um, what's the other? It's complicated. Style of play, coach's desires regarding players. Okay, that tells me just in that in those three little phrases, there's something going on with the Warriors internally. Internally, because if there's a problem with coaches' desires regarding players, there's a problem. Listen to what that said. Coaches' desires regarding players. Somebody's got a problem with coaches' desires regarding players. Style of play. That again goes toward coach. league trends. Okay, league trends. I hate to say this the way I'm about to say this, but who gives a fuck about the league's trends? This is the NBA, not Facebook, not TikTok. Nobody cares about trends. The only person in the NBA that gives any who cares about trends is probably LeBron James, because he's no longer a popular NBA subject anywhere in the NBA. He was a trend. He was
He
a
probably
trend.
should have retired, but he was at the top of his game.
He's a trend. So for the Warriors to bring that word, the owner to bring that phrase in, league trends. Oh, come on, dude. I know you're not trying to turn the Warriors, who are a family-oriented, very close-knit team, or we used to be. You're not trying to turn them into like an LA or I don't even know who else is quote unquote trending in the NBA. I don't know. I don't care. What I care about is the production of the Golden State Warriors game in and game out. As a fan, I don't care about trends. I want to see my team win, compete, and I want to see the best players on the team on the court. Now, Steve Kerr has won 4 championships with the Warriors. And somewhere between now and the end of last season, the train is off track. The train is off track. There are too many new faces, in my opinion.
Well, I think they started to weed some of them out, because I was going back through my Facebook last night, because I'm like really awesome and I have a great social media personality. Shout out to myself. But I remember when, like, you know, the NBA draft happened and the summer league and all that, and Alex Twee was I don't know, I probably butchered his name, but he was like the hottest thing since sliced bread, and he was doing really well, like, you know, in the summer league and whatever comes after that. I forget.
So where is he at now?
The practice. Not on the Warriors.
Okay, so
can I finish my thoughts? Do you just want to be the only one to talk, or?
I just asked you a question.
So I was going in a direction, like I said. So I think that they are weeding some of the newer faces out. Whether they're weeding them out, because wasn't he like one of the big men?
I don't know.
Gosh,
I have no idea. Because he's not there anymore. He didn't.
Yeah, I don't even think he really played in any of the regular season games. I think he like dropped down to like G League or something like that, and I think this week or whatever they ended up getting rid of him.
Yeah. So again, what has happened to our core guys? Now, Draymond, Curry.
Can I give an update real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Please don't tell me what I wanted. I go ahead.
Thursday night football, Seahawks versus the Rams. Rams 16, Seahawks 14. Third quarter, can't see, need my glasses, 8 minutes and 37 seconds it looks like. So it's a game. It's a, you know, fingers crossed that the right outcome happens. Yeah. Which is the best one for the 49ers. But okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But no, again, like, I mean, what happened to the core? Steph Curry, Draymond, Podzinski.
Steph, Draymond, yeah. Well, Draymond, I mean, I'm not Draymond. Podzinski is kind of new. Well, but I get what you're saying, because he was doing really well, like towards the end of the season, and I think the last game that they played, which was, what was it, like Monday night? Sunday night, one of the nights. it looked like he was like really struggling, if I can remember
Yeah,
correctly.
I mean, he's struggling, and so is everybody else because this is me as I've never coached basketball, but I know players. I know mentality of players. There is a lot of confusion with the Warrior players right now. It's just it's chaos, and I think it's chaotic because Steve Kerr is throwing so many people in. He's had so many starting lineups already this year. And yeah, granted, some of it is because of injuries, but oh my God, I don't know who's gonna. I don't know who I'm looking at sometimes on the court. You know,
Mm.
and that frustrates players who last year knew their place, and when they came in, boom, they did what they were supposed to do. Now we went, I think, a week or so, maybe more. I don't know, but we went one game. I know specifically. We went one game with simply 10 players, 10 players on playable. None of them were starters. None of them were starters. So there was a whole new starting five. And they did well. They pulled up and they pulled up and got the job done when they needed to get it done. But
Well, let's have faith. You know, like how we shared, it's still early in the season. They have about another month before they really got to kick it into high gear and focus on the playoffs. So, you know,
no, at this point, the way they're
and so
playing,
okay, can we switch gears a minute and have a discussion, because I know after we got off the live Monday, I asked you this question, which I probably should have asked during the live on Monday, and I don't think we have anyone in the room, but when people do um, check in and listen, either you can leave your comments somewhere on the Podbeam app, you can comment on our social media pages. But so I believe they played Sunday, right? I believe the last game they played was Sunday night. So they didn't play until today, which of course is Thursday. Do you think that long lag time in between games affects them? Because I know the last game that they played on Sunday, there was a really long lag time.
no,
So do you think
no,
the lag,
no.
the time between, can't I
I'm,
finish my question?
no,
Do
I'm
you think the
answering your
time in
question.
between the games
I'm answering your
hurts the
question
team and
now.
the players?
No, it does not. It
But
does
you
not.
you could have let me get the question out for the listeners, because we already had this discussion, instead of just yelling at me and telling me
I'm
no.
not yelling at you. I'm telling you, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think the
And
players.
then you catch a little tone.
I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think that the breaks in between games is giving them an opportunity to go, what the hell is going on? It has not, and again, it falls into that confusion of players in the locker room going, so who the fuck is starting tonight? Excuse my language. But if there's confusion with the players, you're going to have confusion on the floor. Period. You truly are.
Hmm.
You truly are. And I don't know what's going
I
on
mean,
with
I get,
Steve.
as a former basketball mom, because my son play basketball. Um, he's had coaches where they've done that too. It's like once the team is on the floor, and this probably goes for any sport. Once the team is on the floor, whatever the squad is that's on the floor, and they're gelling and they're doing really well, the coach will pull a player out or sub other players in, and it's like they're gelling, they're doing really well, they're scoring the points, and when the coach pulls them out and subs other players in, it kind of like throws off the momentum or the rhythm of the game. And you can tell because now they're turnovers and missing shots, and so things like that. So I kind of do get it. If you have a squad or a group of players that works, stick with that.
Yeah. And,
That's all I got to say about that.
I mean, I get it. Warriors had some injuries. But
Are you gonna cough every single show that we do?
can we just not worry about my cough? If you have injuries, that's one thing. But what you want to do is you want to plug in the player behind that first player. Steph goes down, who's your second player behind him? You stick him in as a starter. Until Steph is ready. But he didn't. Steve hasn't done that. Steve has put so many different starters in games. It's like I can't help but say it is absolutely confusing for players, and it's frustrating for players because they don't know who they're going to be playing with on any given night. Now, if you're substituting, okay, there's a different story. But if you got a different starting lineup, 3 out of 5 games, you're messing with players' heads. You're messing with the chemistry of the team. It just doesn't make any sense. And I personally think there are some internal things going on with the Warriors. And if I hate to say this, but I think they're trying to get Steve Kerr out. I think that's what the owner was saying when he was saying it's complicated, it's this, it's that, and then when he said coaches, what was the term I used? He used the coaches' desires or the coaches something to do with the coach's desire of the players he's putting in or whatever. There's something.
So you know what this reflects back on or goes back to? Jonathan Kuminga.
There you go. Okay, well, kind of, yeah. But
because Jonathan Kuminga and the owner are tight, apparently, which is not a bad thing. But Jonathan Kuminga's dissatisfaction stemmed from him not being played in the Olympics, not being played, on the Warriors, and not really seen as like a valued player or like a starter or whatever. And so even though he, rejoined the Warriors and is playing now, I don't think he's being played as much. I see, the news stories like every once in a while. But that's probably what he's referencing is him not, utilizing Jonathan Kuminga more. I don't know.
He's not utilizing anybody properly. I mean, even Justin Dutari recognizes something I recognize as well, and I'm sure a lot of other fans have recognized. Jimmy Butler came to this team and took the Warriors from in the cellar and walked them up to the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then all of a sudden, and now the Warriors are walking back downstairs. Why? His opinion, this Dutari, is that they're not using Jimmy Butler the right way. And I agree. They're not. I'll tell you here. Okay. Here will be my starting 5. Obviously, Steph Curry, Draymond.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would put Kuminga in as a starter because he's got the energy, he's got the ability, he knows how to play. Butler, obviously, okay? You want Butler in there because he does a lot. He can do a lot. And Podziemski, Pod has picked his game up since the first time I started watching. I remember his rookie year.
And you call him names.
And I was like, I don't know if this kid's going to make it, blah, blah, blah. But he has picked his game up immensely. But who am I? I'm just a podcaster. I'm just a fan. I truly think there are some problems going on in the Warrior organization, and there's going to be some stir-ups. If not before the end of the season, definitely at the end of the season, there are going to be some stirrups. I'm telling you, the dust is going to start to, it's going to get cloudy. Somebody going to kick up the dust. It's probably not going to end well. And I
Mm.
hate to say I would hate it to affect our boy Steph and his opinion either to stay or retire. I mean, we picked up the other Curry brother. I have not seen him, but maybe once or twice. Was it like a couple of plays or a couple of series, a couple of minutes here, a couple of minutes there? I mean, you got another 3-point shooting sharpshooter. How about you try this, Stephen Kerr? Put both of those. Put the Kerr brothers. Put them in the game together. Just try it. Put the Curry boys, point 1, point 2, or point and shooting guard. Put them both in together and see what happens. Give them Draymond. Give them Kuminga. And let me see who. Post. Put Post in there. Try that starting five. See what it works. See how it works. Since you're experimenting with starting rotations and whatnot, put the Curry brothers in as guards. Put Kuminga and Draymond in as forwards. Put Post in as a center. See what happens. See what happens. All right, we're gonna move right past that because, believe it or not, we've got 10 minutes before our show is over.
Good.
Yeah, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with the Warriors. Really didn't have a lot to talk about with the 49ers because, just like us, we're watching the Seahawks Rams game, and whoo, Lord. I'm really hoping.
I think a lot of people are. I was like looking at a post on Facebook and someone was like, 49er fans, who you got, the Seahawks or the Rams? So it seems like the majority of people are saying the Seahawks.
Yeah. Uh-oh. What happened?
Uh-oh, what? What happened where?
Oh, man, come on. Real quick update from what I just looked at. It's 23-14. L.A. So.
But it's still what? It's the third quarter, 5 minutes and 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's 23-14. That's the point I'm trying to make. 23-14, 9-point game. Yeah. So if this continues and this game ends this way with the LA Rams beating Seattle, LA not only has home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs, we have to absolutely win straight out to get the playoffs. We can get the playoffs with we would still get a playoff with a Seattle loss, and we beat Indianapolis. Here's my thought. The heck with it. Let's just win out. Let's just win straight out. Let's go Niners. Let's not depend on anybody else. Let's put it together ourselves. Let's get out here and show these people that we didn't crumble when we lost our key defensive players, and we ain't gonna crumble down. We gonna go out there and play ball and show people what we do. So yeah, let's just. I'm done with that Rams Seahawks. If it stays that way, fine and dandy. Seahawks come back, great. If not, let's go Niners. So anyway, I'm gonna turn it over to Lady Blue. I want to give her the opportunity to let you guys know what's going on in WIS, which is Women in Sports. Take it away.
Don't be naming my segments, nicknaming my segments, but thank you. Of course I do what I always do, and you kind of know, like the day that I left what I wanted to say at work. But I do know that we discussed, I don't even know the lady's name, so hold on, that one of the players in the NWSL, they are giving her, I believe, $1.1 million. But they don't, and how we were discussing earlier, they do not, well, they have not done the same thing yet for Trinity Rodman.
Yeah. And that kind of catches you wrong because they gave one player a contract. They allowed a contract for Sophia Williams, or wait. Yeah, Sophia.
No, so it's Trinity Rodman. So the one that got the $1.1 million is Sophie Wilson.
Yeah, Sophia Wilson. But now why couldn't they do that for Rodman? I just don't get it.
So this is what it says. The big picture says Wilson's resigning comes as the NWSL reckons with the salary cap limitations after recently rejecting the Washington Spirit's multi-million-dollar Trinity Rodman offer. So.
Okay, so I'm assuming that means that, okay, they've given Sophia her million. Now it's time to turn back around and give Rodman her million or millions.
Yes, because they say ESPN reported that the League Board of Governors is considering adopting a high-impact player rule, which will allow teams to exceed the salary cap. Though no new mechanisms have officially been announced, nor is it clear if Wilson's deal qualifies for the potential change.
Okay. Well, I hope they get this. I really hope they get this together because, again, Sophia, I've never watched her play.
I'm sure we have. We probably just, when we watch the teams, we're focused on like the Bay Area teams because of the podcast. So I'm sure they've played like Bay FC and things like that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. But I'm hoping that the NWSL will get their stuff together, rectify the situation, and keep both Wilson and Rodman here in the United States to play for the NWSL because if you're going to do that, if you're going to lose players like that, you're going to lose a lot more. You're going to lose a lot more, and then the NWSL is going to be dwindled down, and you're not going to get the crowd. You're not going to get you're not going to get the fans. So your revenue is going to go way down. Revenue's going to go down. People want to come out and see Wilson. People want to come out and see Rodman. People want to come out and see other players. Like in Miami had a huge fan following because of the Brazilian player. Oh God, her name slips me now. But it's just like when you got a key player, somebody's bringing in money. Your fans coming in to see that player. Mm-hmm. You want to keep that player happy, and you want to keep the fans happy. Pay them. Simple. Pay them. So I hope, I hope NWSL can get that together, and I would love to see Rodman stay in the country rather than go abroad and play Europe or Spain or wherever. So we'll keep an eye on that. What else you got for women in sports?
Hold on. I am still trying to research the Golden State Storm, but right now there's, like I shared with you the other night, there's not a lot of information on the players. Usually it's just like their name and what position they play, and I definitely wanted to get like more of an in-depth look at the players. But I started looking at the offensive line because you said Dr. Mary Lee, and I thought that was really interesting. So she is the Storm Star offensive line woman, a Bay Area native, which I love, and she's entering her fourth season of professional women's tackle football, which is cool because a lot of times when you're looking at the roster, it doesn't really say whether they're playing tackle or flag. And she's a fierce advocate for employment access pathways and growing women's sports. Love her. Chris Grimes, she's the running back. That's the one that I told you. She's 5'3" and 202 pounds from Compton, California. So
what's her name?
She's gonna be Chris Grimes.
Chris Grimes.
Why, you know her?
No, I'm looking for her on the roster. Oh, there she is, right there at the top on the offense. Yeah.
Alyssa Dixon, who is the one that you've been in contact with, the quarterback. Yeah. She's from Monterey Bay, but like I said, it just pretty much everything that you read, I'm just saying again, because what I'll do is I'll get their name, I kind of like Google them to see. So and I'll probably start, because some of the players, it does have highlights from maybe like college football or, even like their professional women's football. So I'll try to start posting that, to our page. And then Olga Valdez is an offensive line woman, and she's from a place in Mexico, Gomez Palacio, Durango, Mexico, which I know I butchered that. But so I'm kind of excited to see it. The season, I think we said, starts in March. Definitely gonna have you come out here, either that or we'll travel to some games and just
watch them,
take it in and
yeah, without a doubt.
So I mean, that's pretty much what I have, and I think the next thing I'll probably start my year recap of women in sports.
Okay. So with that being said, it is that time, guys. It is that time. Today is Thursday, and if you haven't watched
snap, crackle, and pop! You know what we didn't do? We always forget this part.
I'm about to do my predictions.
Okay, well you should have been said that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you.
I was trying to get to that point, but you blew the whole intro of it.
Oh my God. Do better, dude. Do better.
No. You got to watch my cues. So it is that time. It is that time for Sir Dre's NFL predictions. If I can get this thing to work, and it is not going there for me, I've got a solution for that pollution. I do indeed. I have a solution for that pollution. So this week, obviously, my first prediction, I picked the Seahawks.
Are you going to continue to make gross noises till the end of the show?
Every time I say that, if I say that team's name, yeah, I'm going to choke up a little bit. But I know that 49er fans, we want that win from Seattle. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Maybe they can make the comeback. But right now, it is not looking good. 23-14. To continue on with my predictions, Saturday game, Philly and Washington. Washington ain't got a prayer in the world, so I took Philly. Also on Saturday, Green Bay and the Bears. Now, that's another one that affects the 49ers. I'm taking Green Bay because if the Bears win and we win, we continue with that same record. And if it comes down to a wild card, we'll see what happens. We have to beat the Bears as well. Which again, like I said, we just need to win out. Colts, Bears, Seahawks. We got to beat them all. Period. My next prediction was that the Panthers would beat the Buccaneers. Again, that's an NFC team, the Buccaneers. I want the Panthers to win that win. Why, I don't know. But going on. Buffalo Bills over the Browns.
We already know.
We already know that. But then again, stranger things have happened.
No, I said we already know that you're going to pick the Bills over the Buffalo or the whatever Browns.
Yeah, I picked them, of course. Chargers over the Cowboys.
Are you going to say why?
No need. You said we already know why. So,
okay.
Chargers over the Cowboys. Saints over the Jets. Vikings over the Giants.
Can I just say boo?
Boo all you want.
Okay, I'm a boo after you. I boo. Okay.
Who you booing?
You.
Why?
Because the Saints won last week.
Okay.
I think I actually picked the Saints though, but still boo.
To you. How's that? How's that? So, Saints. Vikings over the Giants. Tennessee. This is a crazy one, y'all. Chiefs are already out. We already like that. We wait a minute.
Can we get some applause for that?
Do we like that? Do we like that? Chiefs are out. So here's my crazy prediction, y'all. They're going to Tennessee. I picked Tennessee to beat the Chiefs. Why? Because, oh my God. What's his name? Mahomes injured? We'll see how it goes. I picked the upset. Titans over the Chiefs. Next game, Dolphins over the Bengals. Falcons over the Cardinals. Broncos over the Jaguars. And I very rarely do this, but I had to do it for playoff purposes. Steelers over the Lions. Another strange one. Raiders over the Texans.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, that's right. Ravens over the Patriots. Patriots need to be put back in their place. They don't have Brady no more.
You're always trying to put somebody in their place.
Well, some teams need to be put there. And, of course, last but not least, and always the best, 49ers over the Colts. Total score, both teams, 54 points. 54 points. It's going to be a good game. Colts are no joke. Colts are no joke, and neither are we. But we are playing in their home. We are playing indoors. Should be a fast-paced game. Those are my predictions, and I'm out this piece. So,
you want me to do mine?
I'm sorry?
You want me to do mine?
If you'd like to, go right ahead.
I will, and then maybe this week I'll really get it together and do the graphic. But it's really funny you share your picks for strangers and not me, but I've been asking you for like a whole year. But anyway, I digress.
That's because we compete against each other. So now I'm being nice and giving you my picks. I'm letting you know who
my picks are already locked in. So yeah. So Seahawks over the Rams, Avi. For whatever reason, because we have 3 different pools that we're in, for whatever reason, I picked the Eagles over the Commanders. It may change. Shut up.
Okay.
Packers over the Bears.
Okay.
My personal business, why? Panthers over the Buccaneers. I felt like there was a reason why, but I really don't know why. But I just felt like it was what I wanted to do at that time. Bills over the Browns. Chargers over the Cowboys. I did pick the Saints. I don't know why over the Jets because, like you said, stranger things have happened. So, yeah. Vikings over the Giants. Never gonna pick the Chiefs. Titans over the Chiefs. Dolphins over the Bengals. Falcons over the Cardinals. Jaguars over the Broncos. Steelers over the Lions. On this particular one, I picked the Texans over the Raiders.
Okay, so there's two games right now that we both disagree on.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you I'm gonna get the graphic together.
Okay.
And the Ravens over the Niners. I mean, wait, no, the Ravens over the Patriots. I was focused on the Niners graphics. So the Niners over the Colts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's been a stressful day, stressful night. This has been a stressful show, only because of the Seattle game and the issue with the Warriors, who are right now leading 66 to 60.
Oh my God.
They are leading, but it's frustrating. Anyway, what can I say?
Only team I'm gonna say go Warriors. But
Yeah.
we say like we always say, like, we do this, we enjoy having conversations with you guys about Bay Area sports. We definitely could have talked about other things, but we didn't. But we'll be back Monday. Well, actually, we'll be back Monday for the halftime report as well as our regularly scheduled podcast. We will, if we feel like it, and we'll let you know by posting on our social media pages. We're on Facebook. We have 2 pages on Facebook, private and public, and we have an Instagram page. I said that to say we'll most likely be going live on Sunday night to kind of like do a Sunday night NFL wrap up.
Yep.
So we'll do that. So I said it to say check us out on our social media pages. Like I say, as always, we generally discuss the teams that we're into or what resonates with us. But if you're from the Bay and you want to rep your team or talk about a team or a sport that we have not talked about, feel free to message us, post it, start the discussion about it. As always, I really appreciate all the support. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Thank you for your support.
Oh my
God. It's been a rough night, but we'll be back Sunday with NFL wrap up. Again, we do appreciate you guys. We hope that you will continue to listen in on our show. Keep in contact with us. Also on Sunday, we will be talking about a history drive in the Bay Area. So what we do is go down. We will discuss Sunday. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Come be with us on Sunday. And as always, keep sporting that smile. I'm your boy, Dre from the Bay. And with me as always,
Lady Blue in the Bay, but that music is hella loud.
Okay, I'm about to cut that completely out.
Well, I couldn't hear the last thing that you said. And I feel like it was important. Cut me out if you want to.
Listen, okay. I paused the music. I'm going to say this without music. And now I'm going to turn the music back on. I'm going to let it just run. Thank you very much for listening to the show. We hope that you will continue to listen to the show. On Sunday, we will be talking about a toy drive in the Bay Area, in San Francisco. Lady Blue will have the details on that. In the meantime, as always, keep sporting that smile. I am Sir Dre from the Bay, and with me, as usual, is
Lady Blue in the Bay.
All right. We will talk to you Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you soon. Good night.